Ladies and gentlemen, Tripp News alert. I just wanted to share something that I recently looked into and discovered, and I called it. That's all I gotta say. I told you so. And y'all don't know that I called it, but trust me, I called it. I called it. I knew this was gonna happen even before it started happening. I knew this was gonna happen before it was even a thing. Okay? Because it's happened before, and I knew it was going to pop up again. I was right when it popped up again, and I'm right now. Check it out. Check it out. So we go here. You go here. You go Black Lives Matter. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? I thought y'all said it wasn't gonna go away. It's not a trend this time. It's not a trend this time. No. But curious. Now, you see, it was a trend in 2016. And it was a trend in 2020 around the same time. Oh, about a month apart, okay? July 10th back then. Oh, come on. Around June 6th. But guess what? It's back down. It's back down. It's going down. It's going down. I knew this was going to happen. Guess what? Your not trend is a trend. It's a trend. And, alright. Let's compare some stuff here. George Floyd shouldn't have died the way he did, but I'm under the impression that he would have died regardless, with the police involved or not, okay? Now, see, George Floyd was much, much more successful than Black Lives Matter. And around the same time Black Lives Matter was spiking, George Floyd was spiking. And, that's obvious because that's why Black Lives Matter started to resurge. There had to be an incident to kick it off, like before. Except this was on a much larger scale. Now, let's check out Breonna Taylor. Okay. Now, see, George Floyd overshadowed Breonna Taylor at first, but it spiked a second time. But even with that second spike, it's back down. All of them are. All of them. Every single one of them is a trend. It's all a trend. It always has been. You can say it wasn't all you want. Data is data. And this is from Google, the source. Search results do, in fact, directly correlate to actual activity, okay? Now, I wanna check something out real quick because I was following when this happened the Duncan Lemp story, okay? We go Duncan Lemp spiked a little bit. It went up at the same time. All of these other ones did. By one. Now, this story was vastly overshadowed by all the rest. Partly because it was a white guy. Oppressor died, and oppressor died. Well, Duncan Lemp. See, with the Breonna Taylor, you can argue that she wasn't asleep and blah, blah, blah. She was involved, she wasn't involved. That can be argued. I don't know the facts because I wasn't there. Duncan Lemp, there's only one story out there. That man was asleep. The police raided him to take his gun and shot him. Killed him. No coverage. None at all. Is that not aggravating to you? It's aggravating to me. It just goes to show that no matter how much these people say, Uh, oh, see, Black Lives Matter does incorporate all lives, but we need to focus on these lives because they are actively being killed by a corrupt government. Well, here's an example of one of the all lives that you mentioned being killed by a corrupt government. No coverage. Doesn't seem like you care. Does his life not matter to you? Of course, I'm pretty sure the narrative's changed. Oh, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. Clearly, the vast majority of people think Black Lives Matter. It's very clear. Now let's check out, and this happened a while ago, I know. Check out Tony Timpa. How many people search about this? I don't know this, so. Oh my god, 0. But it spiked at the same time. Of course. And the reason why it spiked even a little bit was because people were trying to show that it's not just the black people being killed. This has happened before. In fact, it's the exact situation that happened with George Floyd, but on a worse scale. Okay, Tony Timpa was not, did not have fentanyl in his system, did not have life-threatening overdoses going on. He was schizophrenic, and he was actually, I believe he was suffocated to death. And then the cops laughed about it. They laughed about it. They thought it was funny. Oh, just another damn crazy person on the streets. The Tony Timpa story is a very, very sad one. And it doesn't seem like anybody ever cared, even when it happened. Where maybe a little bit here and there, not very much. Duncan Lemp and Tony Timpa were searched to counteract the overwhelming, seemingly supremacist vibes that were being given off. But turns out it's all trends. All of it. It's to sow division in this country. It all happened at the exact same time, and now it's all gone. Well, anyhow, this was a Tripp News Alert. Just thought I'd share. Thought it was interesting. And I'll see you next time.